Hi, and welcome to the fifth video in this series of help videos on linear equations. If you haven't seen any of the others and you are watching this thinking that all looks a bit hard, then just go back and view and work through right from the beginning where we talk about the method and how it works and then how we build on it in each session. I am just going to do a handful of examples for where we can take what we already know, what we've already learned, but see it coming up in questions where it feels a lot harder. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So 6x plus 7 equals minus 17. So the main thing that's different in that question is the negative here. We must not allow ourselves to be put off. We must just think, I know what I'm doing. If I want to know what x equals, I get it on its own. The last thing I say is the first thing I hop. And I just crack on with trusting my method, basically. I've been taught a method for a reason. It's because it works every time. So the plus 7 is going to land as minus 7. So that's gone, got 6x left equaling. Now be careful. If I'm at minus 17 and I'm going to minus a further 7, I'm going a further 7 places down the number line. Must make sure I go the right way. If I'm at negative 17 and I go down a further 7, I'm going to end up at minus 24. I'm now going to divide through by that 6 because it's a times on that side. And we've got x equaling now the negative. Do not worry about it till the very end. Just do the numbers. How many 6s can I get into 24? That is 4. And then you just literally look at what you've got here. How many negatives can you see? If there's 1 in the question, there is 1 in the answer. And that really is one of the easiest ways to do your negatives. 1 in the question, 1 in the answer. All right, let's look at the next question. We have got 6 minus 8x equaling 30. Now, I really wanted to include this one because if we do go all the way back to the very first video, I talk about that the last thing you say, the first thing you hop, not always working. And this is a place where it's not really a great idea to do it. If I was to pick up the last thing I say, I'd be picking up the x's. And when I drop those on the other side, I've not really done anything to help me get the x on its own, which is my ultimate goal. So it's not a great first step. It's not a disaster. If you keep working through, you will get to the end result. But I think it's probably easier to just be thinking, I'm never going to hop that x. I want to get x on its own. I need to get rid of the minus 8 here and the 6. So this is what I need to be doing. And as I say, not that easy. I'm going to pick up the 6. It's not the last thing I say. I am not going to do that, which is what I see happen all the time. That negative has nothing to do with the 6. That negative is attached to the 8. Okay. So I'm only picking up the 6. The 6 is a positive number on that side. So when I dump it on the other side, it lands as minus 6. So I've now got minus 8x equaling 30 take away 6 is 24. So be really mindful not to lose that minus. It's still there. Haven't done anything with it yet. So it's there in my tidy up. Now, I want to move just the minus 8 to the other side. Remember, it is a times on this side. It's minus 8 times x. So I'm landing as my divide. Landing is minus 8. There we go. So it's gone. I've got x left. How many 8s in 24? 3. How many negatives? 1 in the question, 1 in the answer. And that's the end of that one. Okay, let's look at another one. We've got 8x plus 2 equaling 5. So when you first look at this one, you're like, well, there's nothing to worry about really with that one. So let's just do it and see what happens. So last thing I say, 8 times x plus 2 is plus 2. It's going to land as minus 2. So I've got 8x equaling 3. I'm now going to pull that 8 across. It's going to land as divide by 8. I've got x on its own. And then I look at that and I don't have to do anything. It's 3/8. It is the fraction 3/8. And that is a great example as to why we use the divide line. So when it comes out like this, I'm done. I'm done. I've got the answer straight away. So x is a fraction. X is 3/8. It's not a negative number. It's not a positive number. It is a fraction. Well, it is a positive number, but it's a positive fraction. You know what I mean. All right, what else have we got? Let's look at this one. 2x over 3 plus 5 equaling 2. Right, let's see what happens when we do this one. So the last thing I say is plus 5 when I read that out loud. So over it goes, lands as minus 5. So I've now got 2x over the 3 equaling 2 take 5, which is minus 3. So let's read out loud what I've got left. I've got 2x divided by 3. Remember, we don't say over when we're thinking about what we need to move. 2x divided by 3. Divided by 3 was the last thing I say. It goes across. It lands as times by 3. And that leaves me 2x on this side and minus 3 times 3. Well, remember, don't worry about the negative. Do your maths first. 3 times 3, which is 9. And then how many negatives in the question? Just the 1. So there is 1 in the answer. I still haven't got x on its own yet, though, have I? I've got a 2 there now, so I'm going to have to move that 2. Picking it up, it's a times on that side. It's going to land as a divide. So my x is equal to negative 9 over 2, or negative 9 divided by 2. And in most instances, you can stop there and you will get full marks in an exam situation. But equally, it would be nice to put it back into a number that isn't top heavy. So we could say at this stage, right, how many 2s can I get into 9? Okay, I can get 4 with 1 left over. So x is equal to negative. Don't lose the fact that we've got that minus there. It's equal to negative 4.5, or you could have said negative 4.5. Either way, it's the right answer. So we had negatives and fractions in that question. So they are harder, but hopefully what you are seeing is our method isn't changing. Our method is still get x on its own, hop. If it's gone to the other side, change the signs. Just take your time when things like negatives are coming up so you can avoid the errors that can easily happen. All right, last one, just so that we've got something from every session that we have done. We're going to have variables on both sides. I'm going to chuck a bracket in here as well so that we've got something from that session. That is a big question. There is a lot to do there. My first problem with that question is the brackets. I can't get to the x's and deal with the x's if they're trapped inside the brackets. So my first job is to expand the brackets. So on this side, I'm going to have my 9x plus 27. Nothing's happening to that. And then on this side, I'm going to do 6 lots of x, which is 6x. And then I'm going to do 6 lots of 3, which is 18. I'm then going to move the smaller set of x's. I've got 9 x's and 6 x's. So 6x is the smaller. It's going to go over to the other side. Remember, my 6 is positive, so it's landing as negative on this side. When I do the piece of maths I've just written here, 9 x's, take away 6 x's, I get 3 x. I've still got my plus 27 and I've got 18 over there. I am now in a comfort zone where everything is starting to look like a basic question. So that's really nice. I'm going to keep going and see what happens. I've got 3 times x plus 27. So I'm going to pick up the plus 27 and I'm going to dump it on the other side where it lands as minus 27. That is giving me 3x left on that side because that's gone. Now 18 take away 27 means I'm going down into the negative numbers. I am going to end up at minus 9. Pick up that divide by 3, which is a times on that side. It's going to land as a divide. And I've got x equals, how many 3s in 9? 3. How many negatives can you see? 1. X is minus 3. So that was a lot. I appreciate it was very quick because it's a quick how-to, but it's all there. You know, you can watch this through more than once, make notes, get all the ideas of how to approach these questions from this video. And now you have just extended your equations and your skills in this area even further. So really well done. We've got more equation work to come, but we are moving into some higher level work with that. So well done, and I will see you in the next tutorial.